can only make you grow,
Exactly.
right?
And even very early on, when I first started doing this, I had an unofficial mentor recommend me that whenever I talk about my work, to
Hmm.
always say we or our.
Yeah,
Because even though I'm the one on stage doing all this work, it's not just me.
right.
It's my team, it's my assistant, and it's all the people that are part of our events that make our events what they are too. So
Yes.
I always say it's not a singular thing, it's not me, it's a whole team.
Hmm.
And also the people that come to the events that really create what it is too as well.
100%. Now, on a deep level, on a cellular level, when we talk about trauma,
Hmm.
something that I don't think people maybe talk about enough is how sound bath can heal internal traumas.
Hmm.
What is your experience in that? And what have you seen firsthand in regards to the healing process of sound baths?
Yeah. So I always like to describe sound baths as a musically guided meditation.
Hmm.
And we already know our relationship with music, right? We
Right.
have our favorite artists,
Hmm.
genres, songs, or tracks, the ones that really not only speak to our hearts, but really help us to support us when we deal with any kind of external situations.
Right.
And oftentimes in music, there's a specific chord or a lyric that gives us that internal release too as well.
Hmm.
So just looking at that alone gives us an understanding of the power of music and how healing it is too as well.
Right.
And so in sound baths, we're pretty much applying all those same principles, but really boiling it down into the fundamentals through notes, harmonics, frequencies, and vibrations. So that alone allows you to not only have a very deep, relaxing physical experience, but when you're relaxed in that physical state too as well, all of that emotional tension that derives from physical tension gets a chance to be alleviated too as well. And when
Mm.
that physical and emotional tension gets broken down, all those old memories, old
Right.
stagnant emotions, those blocked energies gets released too as well.
So sound penetrates.
Correct, down to a cellular level too as well.
Hmm.
And I've even had a lot of clients who have different kind of physical ailments. They don't get, permanent relief, but they
Right.
get a lot of temporary relief, which is good enough for them. And for them, that's very emotionally healing too as well, because the
Yes.
weight of the pain that they carry, even for an hour, right? That's heaven to them too as well.
Right.
But at the same time, I've had a lot of people come who have dealt with really horrible things in their lives too as well, divorce, separation, family members passing too as well, and they use sound baths as a way to kind of move through that grief too as well, to a way for them to kind of channel that energy and channel that emotion in a way that actually serves their own inner healing.
So now, in regards to kind of, I would say, stuffing the feelings of trauma in the subconscious,
Hmm.
when you're laying in one of these events and you're actually partaking, does the sound penetrate to the point where it releases the subconscious and brings it to the forefront,
Yes.
like almost like therapy?
I wouldn't say it's
Does it
almost.
help the body work through the feelings that are being stored in the subconscious?
I think what it does is it really gives someone a chance to really observe what's going on within them,
Mm,
right? And from there, they can make the determination, okay, what are the specific emotions, feelings, or thoughts that are naturally arising within me when I'm in a neutral state? Because when we're going out and about in our day, all those feelings, emotions, and thoughts are still being procured.
right,
We're just not aware of them too, but they're
right.
affecting our decisions, our perspectives, our behaviors, our reactions. So when we go to sambas, when we sit in any kind of deep meditation, we can watch our inner being as a movie, so to speak.
Mm,
And we can begin to realize, okay, these are the things that are actually affecting me,
right.
right? And then from there, once you have that awareness, it's up to you to kind of decide what to do with that awareness afterwards. So that's why I tell people in the sound bath journey, right? I'm not saying that you're gonna get a lot of healing done.
Right.
What you're really doing is you're building that inner awareness of what you may need to shift or make changes in your life, in your decisions, in your perspectives that can ignite and instill deep healing too as well. There is a lot of physical tension that is being healed, no doubt with the vibration standpoint too.
Right.
But that emotional healing can only be continued if you put what you developed in your sound bath experience into your daily practice.
So it's a connection back into self.
Correct. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I try to always stick to kind of that model when it
Right.
comes to describing sound baths because it's very easy to say this sound can heal you,
Right.
this note can heal you, this instrument can heal you too as well. But that's very subjective, right?
Hmm.
Everyone goes through different life experiences. And even in music, everyone interprets sound very differently, right?
Right.
Some people like hip hop, some people like death metal, right?
Yes.
Some people like
House
very monster
music.
music, like house music too, as well, right? Everyone has a different relationship to sound too, as
Yeah.
well. So to say that this particular C or E note combination is going to invoke a certain kind of emotion or sensation, to me, that's not really appropriate to kind of say too as well. But it's
Right.
what that sound can help you realize within you. From there, you can then make the decisions about what you need to do for yourself.
Well, and I find it pretty amazing too with music, and I'm sure you've experienced this, is when you hear a song, it takes you back to a moment in time,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my gosh, I remember listening to this when I was in high school with my girlfriends driving down PCH in Laguna.
Yeah.
It really pulls back these memories. So it only makes sense to me that sound would stay with you internally. It's stored.
Yeah.
It's stored.
Yeah, and that's a big proponent of sound baths that I like to always advocate for is that remembrance, right?
Right.
That reminder of who you are deep within you that goes beyond any kind of external influences or circumstances that may shift, right? That purity that you carry within you to yourself.
Right.
One of the things that I always say in my closing meditation is really remember who you are, the
Hmm.
essence of who you are too as well,
Right.
right? And that's very powerful because, in this day and age, we're filled with different kinds of distractions,
Hmm.
different kind of influences, different kind of sways too as well, that we forget the nature of who we are, right? And all the different types of life experiences that shape who we are today too.
Right.
And sometimes we just need a very gentle reminder of who we are within us to bring us back into that state where we can actually make those decisions really purely for ourselves.
Now, when you actually have created these sound bath experiences, and I cannot wait to be a part of one.
You need to come to
I know I will.
one.
You would not believe how many of my friends and people that know me that knew you were coming on
Oh
today.
my
And
god,
I
I love
told you
it.
this before
Yeah,
filming.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, we love, they're like Kyle Lamb groupies. I think
yeah.
you're going to have your own little Kyle Lamb groupie squad.
Oh my god, I love it. Yeah, that's I always get a lot of people who want to take pictures with me and come chat with me, and I think in many ways, like my events have become like unique social gatherings that people want to
Totally.
come to too as well.
100%.
Right?
It is, like I said, it's a very rare opportunity to experience something like what you do.
Yeah.
Now, is there a time duration for these experiences? Do you normally do a sound bath healing that's, session wise, hour long? How long do they normally last, especially the ones that you normally host at Vea?
Sure, yeah. So we have three different kinds of classifications in terms of our sound bath experiences,
Okay.
and they're based off experience levels. So we have beginner level sound baths, intermediate level sound baths, and advanced level sound baths. And the duration of each gets a little bit longer as you increase the experience level. So beginner level sound baths are 60-minute long. They're really great for people who are not only new to sound baths or new to meditation, but also people who may just want more of a gentler, softer, relaxing sound bath experience.
Okay.
Our intermediate ones are about 90 minutes long,
Hmm.
and they have a slightly bigger instrument setup than our beginner ones. And they're for people who have some experience with sound baths or an experience with meditation and are looking to have a much more deeper experience that will allow them to have a little bit more emotional healing, emotional release too as well.
Okay.
And we also have these 2-hour advanced ones. They have my biggest setup. They're very intense. They're not for any newbies at all. They're for people who really know how to surrender and embrace really powerful emotions and releases within you. But it also is crafted for people who really want that strong spiritual connection to their own divinity too as well. The ones that we do at Vea, they're primarily 60 minutes long too as well
Okay.
because we create them more as like community events,
Got it.
right? So there's no any expectations of what kind of experience you need to be. You can just have the invitation to come enjoy a beautiful sound bath, meet like-minded people, and really have a still powerful meditation experience too as well. But
Hmm.
most of the time, I enjoy doing our 90-minute sound baths the most because I get a much more longer duration for me to do more intricacies in the types of harmonies and melodies that I get to play to as well. 60-minute ones, I love them, but to me, they're just enough to have a really beautiful experience. I feel like 90-minute ones allow people to have a much more deeper experience too as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you have any one story of someone that has come to one of your events or has called you and said, Kyle, I would really love for you to host a private event for my family and myself, or myself and my friends? Is there one specific person that stands out to you that you'd want to share?
Definitely. So I thought about this a lot on my way up here too as well.
I love
So
it.
I don't get to talk about this as much in a very serious tone,
Yeah.
but I did have this woman. She was a regular client of mine. She lives in Palos Verdes, and she had requested me to do a private sound bath for her as part of her divorce party too as well.
Okay, I
And
love that.
this was the first time I had any kind of event like that because normally it's very uplifting events,
Yes.
right? Birthdays, bachelorettes, wedding receptions. I've had a lot of celebration of lives, of course, where family come together to move through grief, but also just to kind of bond together through their grief.
Right.
But this particular one was very interesting because it was not necessarily like a celebration for her.
Mhm.
It was a way for her to give back to all the people that were close to her that helped her to really navigate through this really kind of horrible ordeal through her separation too.
Right.
So we did it at her house. I was there doing a sound bath. She had a full catering thing too as well. But she also had a woman who was doing acupuncture on everyone, as well as her own tarot reader doing readings for everyone too
Oh
as
my
well.
gosh, why did I not get the invite to this
Yeah.
party?
And there was also one of her, well, I think one of her energy healers too as well, doing
Wow.
individual mini sessions too, right?
Wow.
So it was a very spiritual kind of gathering too as
Mhm.
well, but it was not really for her.
Right.
It was for all the people that really supported her through her separation and her divorce too as well, right? And that was a very beautiful experience because even though it had this kind of emotion that was in some ways, it's very sad. I think any kind of
Yes.
divorce separation is very sad to kind of go through.
Mhm.
But she was able to kind of flip the switch on it, right? And make it in a way that was very empowering for her, right? She
Mhm.
was allocating all these resources. She was inviting people that she was close with and almost kind of just sharing the news, so to speak, right?
Yes.
But just being very open about how grateful she was for all the people that was with her. And that was something that I have never seen before. And even yet to this day, I've yet to do anything like that too.
I
And
love that story and I connect with it, I'm sure, as you know, on such a deep level.
hmm
And, that was the whole sole purpose of creating the Ex-Wives Lounge was, taking that pain, turning it into purpose. And it's almost like a rebirth,
yeah.
you know?
hmm
And it was probably her way of getting excited about this next beginning in her life and thanking people that stuck it out with her and helped support her through, the dark times and into the light.
Yeah. And even beyond that, I don't get a lot of people who often share their experience with me just
Mhm.
because afterwards they're very emotional. It's very hard to
Yes.
form or even articulate words.
Right.
But I've had a lot of women come up to me and tell me that our sound baths have really helped them to move through their breakups,
Mhm.
especially well, whether it's, from a very, non-marriage standpoint to
Right.
marriage too as well. And even long ago, I had a woman, when she was coming to our sound baths, she had realized her ex-husband was having an affair too as well, and it was very traumatic for her too. And she started coming every single week, and because of her attendance along with her own practice, of course, right,
Right.
she was able to kind of find new identity, not only
Yes.
as a woman, right, but as an individual too as
Mhm.
well, because she lost her identity as a mother, a wife, and as a woman too as well. And
Yes.
so after coming to our sambas for a few months, I mean, she bought a one-way ticket to Europe and just lived there for
Wow.
6 weeks and just basically recreated herself.
Wow.
And she always attests to, she always uh, talks to me and attests that how powerful the sound bath experience was for her to really instill this new identity and really solidify it too.
See, so really, if you look at it from a very deep, meaningful level, what you're doing is almost on a medical level. It may not include medicine,
Yeah,
but it's a holistic way of getting yourself right,
yeah.
what you do.
It's an opportunity for you to develop a stronger connection with your inner self,
Mhm.
right? I try to stay away from any kind of medical term just because I think it's very unethical to say like
Of
this has any
course.
medical benefits,
Yes.
but I will always share the experiences that people share with me and to hopefully inspire people that, there is possibility to move through really traumatic experiences in a way that doesn't necessarily have to fit societal norms.
Do you think sound bath healing can also decrease stress?
Oh, 100%.
throughout the body,
Yeah.
which we
It
all know stress can cause a lot
right.
of different things.
Yeah. The primary thing that sound baths does is to help lower and slow down brain waves, right? Or to fluctuate your brain waves too as well, right?
Right.
Most into that theta state when you're in deep meditation, you disassociate from your body so that your body can go through its own natural rejuvenation. But also part of that disassociation is being able to observe yourself in that way, right? But oftentimes people also experience high gamma when they're in really strong deep meditation, and that allows them to become more creative and imaginative in what they want to do with their lives and how they want to live their lives and what they want to create in their lives too as well. So for that aspect, it's also very empowering. It's not to say that you have to go to sound bath just to relax and do some deep healing. You can also go to sound baths when you want to find more inspiration on what it is that you want to do with your life too as well.
So your sound bath events, I assume you guide. You're guiding them
Yeah.
through the actual process.
Yeah, so depending on the experience level, we have a different kind of opening dialogue, whether
Hmm.
it's to explain what the sound bath is or what the focus of intention about what that particular event is going to be about. And then we do an opening meditation to help guide people into that receptive state.
Okay.
And then we create the sound bath experience. And then we also have a very long, kind of deep closing meditation too, as well, to integrate all that insight and awareness that they developed in their sound bath experience and close it out and gently reawaken them so they almost feel reborn, so to speak.
Is there a time frame in which someone should be partaking in a sound bath? Like in order to start seeing things change with your maybe mindset or how you feel in your own skin?
Yeah.
Does it take a little while for your body to adjust to what sound bath healing does, or will you feel an instant rejuvenation?
It depends how open and receptive one person is. I've
Okay.
had a lot of people who are first timers, they have a profound experience. They see things, they feel things, they hear things internally too as well.
Wow.
But you also have people who only just feel that relaxation part too as well,
Right.
right? And it just depends on how rigid someone's mind is too as well,
Hmm.
right? But a lot of people who do make it into a practice, like anything, will get better at it, will have a much more profound and deeper experience each subsequent time.
That's amazing. And I also know too that you offer sound bath healing classes
Yeah.
for people to get certified in it, correct?
Yes. So I love teaching. It's a way for me to not only share what I really love about sound healing, but to inspire people to do the same thing that I do for the local communities too. So we do get a lot of students here in Southern California, but I'm very fortunate we've been getting a lot of students from all over the United States and parts of the United States that I would never imagine there would be not only interest, but the willingness to even kind of start and build something in their communities too as well. We've had Missouri, we've had Nebraska, we've
No
had
way.
Idaho, North Carolina. We've had some of the big cities, of course, too, like New York, San
Right.
Francisco, Oregon, and Washington, Texas, too, as well. But we're starting to also see people internationally, too, as well. I had a
Wow.
woman who flew all the way from New Delhi to learn from us because she wanted to do sound baths in New Delhi, too, as well. I had a woman from Jamaica too as well. She wants to start doing sound baths at her spa in Jamaica too. So you're seeing this kind of global like initiation to kind of share sound healing
It's
too as
becoming a
well.
movement.
It does become a movement, and that's why I love teaching. I want to help people to bring this to their community to make a shift in the world too as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
So we have different types of offerings. I do teach both publicly and privately. We have
Okay.
both beginner and intermediate public trainings that we do here in Laguna Beach and Newport Beach. But I also teach us privately one-on-one, both at a beginner, intermediate, and advanced level too.
Well, I have to say, I felt like I met a celebrity today because you were on a local news
I'm
channel
just
a
me.
week or
I'm
so
just
ago, and I
Kyle.
was like, get out of here. Kyle Lamb is on KCAL 9 News right now.
Yeah, yeah. I was having fun with the anchor, showing them how to
I
play all the
loved it. It looked
instruments.
like a
It
blast.
was, it
Well,
was.
I just think you're amazing. And I
Thank
think
you.
the work that you're doing is profound. And I feel very honored that you wanted to join me in the lounge today and educate the viewers and the followers about what sound bath can do.
Of course, I love what I do, and I've seen the transformations that people have made through going to sound baths. And really, I keep doing this because people keep sharing their transformations with me. And I wouldn't do this if I didn't think it had an impact on people.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much,
of
Kyle, for
course, you're
joining us.
so
I really
welcome.
appreciate it. That's a wrap.
Nice.